This channel is for adults and not for kids. Hey guys, so I wanted to take a look at some zombie figures. So up first we have from NECA the plaid shirt zombie from 1978, Dawn of the Dead by George Romero. This is the plaid shirt zombie that was on the movie poster. He's got the bluish gray skin. I like this figure, but this is some of the earlier NECA stuff, so it feels sort of cheap compared to what NECA does nowadays. I wish they could revisit this line. I doubt they will, but it would be awesome if NECA could do Dawn of the Dead and Night of the Living Dead figures with the technology they have now. He's still a cool figure though. That is the plaid shirt zombie, the movie poster zombie. Next up, we've got Steven, aka Flyboy. Boy, Flyboy was just a screw up, wasn't he? He was constantly fucking things up. You brought it on yourself, Steven. This is from NECA also. This one really looks like him. Got the bite out of his neck. I bloodied him up more. I made it look juicier. This is a nice looking figure. It doesn't stand for shit though. You pretty much have to lean him up against something. Even if you use the little pegs on the base that hold him up, eventually he bends, his legs warp, and he just sort of falls over. So, thank God for Figma. That NECA looking Flyboy looks really good, but this Figma Flyboy is 1,000 times better. This is a really nice figure. So, again, we have Flyboy. It's smaller. Here, I'll put them next to each other. As you can see, he's smaller. He's probably 4.5 inches tall, and Flyboy on the left from NECA is probably 7 inches tall. So he is smaller, but man, is he constructed better. He comes with several sets of interchangeable hands. They nailed the likeness too. He also comes with an alternate head, so you can turn him into the zombie that got chopped in the head with the machete from Friday the 13th. Savini just reused the machete from Friday the 13th and chopped that dude in the head. So you can swap it out and be this guy too. There is a alternate Flyboy head that has a hole in the back, and you can put blood splatter. It comes with blood splatter to look like the end of the movie when Flyboy gets shot and the back of his head blows off. You can recreate that scene. This is a gorgeous figure, though. Nobody's ever made Roger, and it's kind of ironic that the two scariest zombies in Dawn of the Dead are two of the protagonists, and I guess that's why they're so scary, is because they are our friends in the movie. They're the characters that we care about, and then when you see Roger turn, when he sits up in bed and he just looks like death itself, he's probably the most frightening zombie in the movie. And then Flyboy is the second best looking zombie in the film. And they've made a few Flyboys, but nobody's ever made a Roger. It would be cool if NECA could do like a box set of like all four of the heroes, and then another box of maybe zombies. That would be very cool, but I just don't think there's that big of a demand for figures from a 1978 movie, but maybe I'm not alone. Up next we have Mezco's Attack of the Living Dead. These are fun figures. Each figure was released in two different colors. So you had, this guy's cool. Nasty. He's full of rubber guts. You can pull all that shit out of his stomach because it comes out. So this is the standard color, and then over here is the alternate one. So they gave him a different head sculpt, but it's not that much different. And see, all of his rubber guts, they come out. So you would have like these dark greenish, rotten looking versions of the characters. So I believe each character had one of these green versions of them. So I know there was the fat guy, there was this skinny dude, and there was a chick zombie. I didn't have the girl. I did pick up one of the skinny dudes though. He's kind of cool looking. Very Mezco looking. Those are cool. Up next, so I am by no means an expert on Silent Hill. Jesus Christ. Resident Evil. Yeah, I'm no expert on Silent Hill either. So I'm not an expert when it comes to Resident Evil. I mean, I know some of it. I know enough of it to know that it is from the Japanese game Biohazard, And when they brought it over to America, they changed the name to Resident Evil. I know some of the characters, but I'm not like a hardcore fan. I'm not a gamer. This, I don't know which character this is. It is like a spider dude. Some kind of bad guy from Resident Evil. But it was a cool figure, and that's all I needed to know. She was like a little spider. Looks like a Kamen Rider bad guy to me. Anyway, there's a spider dude. These two little monster worms aren't from Resident Evil. They are from the House of the Dead, another video game about like haunted house stuff with monsters running loose and zombies. I got rid of all my House of the Dead figures. I just kept these little dudes because they remind me of the Deadly Spawn. They kind of look like little versions of the Deadly Spawn. Oh, I thought their jaws were articulated. I guess they're not. Yeah, they're not. Anyway, those are cool. Cool little slugs with teeth. So those are from the House of the Dead. This is from Resident Evil. Speaking of Resident Evil, one character that I do know is the Licker. And he's easy to know because he's got a ginormous tongue. So it's easy to know that one. It's got a big old tongue. I believe this one is NECA. So that is the Licker. Up next we have a zombie cop. He's seen better days. Yeah, I would love a line of Romero action figures from Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead. That would be awesome. Yeah, I'm not even going to pretend to know this guy's name. This is like one of the big bosses. I know that Resident Evil fans right now are tearing their hair out like, you fucking idiot, that's Tyrant or whatever his name is. I don't know, it might be Tyrant. I just think he's very cool looking. It's kind of dressed like a kind of like an SS member or something. He's got like this giant leather trench coat and all these tubes and stuff running in and out of him. got a cool face though. He's neat. I do that though. I buy action figures. If I think it's a cool monster, I'll get it. I don't need to know what it's from. I know it pisses off some collectors, but yeah, I don't really care. I think this monster is called a hunter. I think. I like this little one more than I like that big one. I like them because they remind me of Lovecraft's deep ones, especially this one. So when Lovecraft describes his deep ones, he describes them as fish frogs, and that's what this thing looks like to me, like a froggy type of monster, you know? His jaws articulated. He's very cool looking. He's got these cool claws. That's a good looking monster figure. Yeah, you don't have to be a fan of the property. Because, you know, I'm not. I know a good looking monster when I see one. It's funny, there's things in Resident Evil that I think are cool. There's things in Silent Hill I think are cool. I like that Pyramid Head guy from Silent Hill. I like those bubble-headed nurses from Silent Hill. I like a lot of the imagery from these things. I just don't play the video games. I'm not a video game person. So I can appreciate the artwork from it without liking the actual thing. What does this one remind me of? You guys, okay, if you guys have seen the live action Guyver movie, Jimmy Walker plays a Zoanoid, and it looks like Jar Jar Binks on meth, and it reminds me of this monster. I know that this guy and this guy they're both the same monster, but this one's lips just look kind of, I don't know, a little sillier. He's a cool looking monster. I like his claws. But this little one's way cooler, right? Don't you think so? This one's face looks way meaner. I think so. The other one looks like he wants to do a lipstick commercial or something. Okay, and last but not least, this cool beast. Once again, don't know the name. I just know that the box, when I bought this, said Biohazard on it. So it was from the Japanese version of the game. This might be Jill Valentine. Maybe. I'm not an expert on this shit. I'll keep saying it. She's a heroine of the game. Whoever she is. She's one of the good guys. But I didn't buy it for her. I bought it for this hulking monster. Look at this thing. This thing is a huge beast of a toy. Look at that face. It's all tumors and scars. Pulsating pustules. That is a cool looking monster. Looks like something that Stuart Gordon would have done. Like, it looks like Reanimator-ish. Anyway, it's a big old heavy toy. He's probably like a good 10 or 11 inches tall. He's heavy too. So if Resident Evil is your thing, you know, I'm not intentionally trying to piss you guys off. I really like a lot of the stuff from it. I'm just not a video game person. But I do like these monsters. And it makes a hell of a monster toy. So, those are all my zombies and zombie related items. I do want to pick up the Mezco 1/12 Flyboy and plaid shirt zombie. They come in a set, and I would like to pick that up, but we will see. But yeah, that is my short but sweet zombie collection. And I will talk to you guys later. Okay? All right. Happy Halloween.